Hey, this is Mike Renoir, Northwest Fight Scene, NWFightScene.com. I'm here with UFC fighter Lisa Ellis here in Olympia, Washington at the United Training Center. How you doing today, Lisa?
I'm doing good.
All right. Well, you got a big fight coming up here in about a week and a couple days down in Australia. UFC Fight Night 64 against Bec Rawlings. How you feeling about the fight?
I'm feeling great. You know, I took it on a short notice fight, and I've done everything I can in my power to bring the best fight forward and take it to her. So, yeah, I'm just doing my best and very excited. Of course, nervous, like always, to compete, but you know, it's part of the game, and just getting through it and getting in the cage and just let it all happen.
Now, you heard about the fight, what was it, April 10th or something like that?
I don't recall the exact date, so it was about 3 weeks ago.
About 3 weeks ago. So have about a full month of training camp, is that right?
Yeah, it was 4 weeks out from the fight date was
okay.
The exact. So I've had a good 2.5 weeks of really hardcore training and just a lot of excitement and stuff.
Now, Bec Rawlings, obviously you know her as an opponent. You were teammates on The Ultimate Fighter. Talk about her as an opponent.
I think Bec Rawlings, you know, she brings her game and she's a tough girl. I think she's decent all the way around. I don't think she's spectacular in any stand-up ground, but I just think she's tough. She's mean, she's got grit, but so beautiful.
Now, fighting down in Australia, obviously it's kind of her backyard. You've done this before, going to Japan and fighting Japanese girls in Japan. What's that like, fighting in someone else's backyard?
Yeah, just, you know, sometimes you're the underdog, but I think the way things are going, I don't think I'm going to be too much of an underdog. I think I might have a bit more fan base there than she has dwindled in the last probably year. So she's a character.
She is a character indeed. Now, some big news going on in the MMA world, of course, with John Jones and all that. But what about a week ago? There was that one day of, oh my God, there's a big Twitter war going on between Bec Rawlings and Lisa Ellis, and there's Angela Magana's involved, and so I clicked on it and read it, and it was kind of nasty from Angela's side, but you were pretty mellow about the whole thing. I was kind of interested in seeing how the media reacted to it. What were your thoughts about that whole thing?
Well, I thought that them looping me in, that I was being gnarly like them, was a bit much. You know, of course Angela's gonna pipe in. She needs attention somehow. She's, you know, living with those girls. You know, it's all in the past. But getting to know them on a different level. You live with somebody for 7 weeks. You know, you really get to know them real quite quick, and their habits, their mannerisms, their ways, and you know, Angela's just a very, very negative gal. It's unbelievable how she twists things and distorts things. She's good friends with girls now like Jessica, and it's quite funny the things she was saying about Penne in the house, and it was quite nasty and gnarly, but it's just, she's very, 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 very two-faced. And Bec as well, I remember sitting there a few nights going, man, you know, Bec was decently nice to me for quite a while, and then I just kept getting these feelings. I was like, man, she's really like, she just seems really two-faced and just really two-faced one way and totally the opposite another, and then more of that started getting exposed. So it just, that whole Twitter thing just got so blown out of proportion, and I think it's hilarious. You want to talk about disgusting stuff like that? Well, I've been with the same guy for 12 years, and you haven't, so you know, whatever. It's gross. You know, she was a disgusting roommate. She would leave her underwear out. Just a foul individual, and I think a lot of people can have my back on that one. You know, it's unfortunate the way it all went and how blown out of proportion on the house, and then everything since has. But
right.
You know, I am going to stand my ground, and just, that's their own negativity, and I don't care. I have a really happy life, and I love my life. So.
Right. Now, is this a distraction for you in the training camp, or is it at all, or is it just kind of one of these things?
It was a little annoying, you know, at first. It did get me a little distracted, and I was like, this is stupid. You know, I got a little caught up with the Felice crap in the beginning with the Felice fight, and I think that really played dividends on my fight with her. So I just, I said, you know what, I shouldn't even have written anything back to her ever, because I really don't care that much. Like,
right.
I don't care what they think of me. I know who I am.
Right.
They clearly don't know who they are, or are searching for themselves or something. I'm happy. I'm content where I'm at. Win or loss, it doesn't matter to me. I'm still a great person. I have lots of things I've built with my family and my friends and my support, and my resume speaks dividends of my personality and my hard work and tenacious attitude. So, because I lost on a reality show or I didn't do show well, oh well. There's things that contribute to those factors, and so I'm happy with who I am.
Right on, right on.
Feisty, but I'm happy with it.
Right on. Now, let's talk about the career. You've been around as a pro since 2004. I know you fought as an amateur for a little bit before that. When did you start? When was your first fight?
I think it was it November 6th or 11th, sometime November 2004.
2004.
I fought for the godfather of women's MMA, Jeff Osborne himself. And I got that opportunity to fly out there, and I fought Mandy Stewart from Australia, and I lost. I got triangle choked. Typical wrestler mistake with somebody with good jiu-jitsu, but it was an experience and so exciting, and it's been a whirlwind ever since. Now,
yeah, you've obviously fought all over the place. You fought in Japan, you fought all over the States, you fought for Bodog, Bellator, Invicta,
yeah.
Now the UFC. When you started out, the UFC was not an option, right? There was no, women weren't fighting for the UFC. In fact, women weren't really fighting anywhere. Talk about that road of now you're in the UFC. What is that like?
I never thought I would be in the UFC. It was never, it was really never one of my goals. My goals were just to win and fight for promotions all over and collect belts and things like that. And it's been a big blessing. And so neat to watch these girls evolve. The young girls like Paige Van Zandt coming up, and just she's still quite green, but so good, and just her mixture of mixed martial arts, just combining it all together. She's not just a grappler, she's not just a striker. The girls now are putting it more together. And back when I was competing, it was more like, are you jiu-jitsu or a wrestler or stand-up, and it wasn't a lot of the combinations. So it's just been so neat to be part of, and really cool that we were able to start a gym about 9 years ago now.
Right.
And then just being able to influence people on a different side, not necessarily to fight, but to step out of their comfort zones and blossom into somebody they never maybe thought they could be.
Right on, right on. Now, United Training Center, we're here. I was talking with Eddie before this interview, and 7 years you've been here at this location.
Yeah, this location just under 7 years, and struggling, and nobody really realized the toughness of a gym, or even being a business owner. Being a business owner is one thing. Being a business owner and having a tremendous overhead every month is it's very hard. And I think that played into some of my personal downfalls with my fighting later in my career. Kind of put the map together that just stress, and it just definitely affects you. I'd be training in the cage and thinking about, gosh, we got to get our landlord $4,000 next 2 days. Where is this money going to magically appear? And
right.
So it really distracted me a lot. But the gym is finally doing so much better, and all of our expenses and overhead is finally covered fully every month, and I just see a really much more bright future, just continuing to be better. The support we have is unbelievable.
Right, right. So kind of over that big hump then.
Yeah, thank God.
Nice.
The economy, took that dive, and it just really affected us. And,
yeah.
So yeah, but push come to shove, it made us stronger, and we didn't quit. And now look at it. It's just, I love our gym.
Right on. Now, let's get back to Australia. So the fight's down in Adelaide, Australia. It's May 10th. Now, talk about the timing. The fight's going to be shown here on Saturday, and it's there.
I think it'll be, so we fight Sunday. I think with the time difference, it's going to be shown Saturday night. I think it lines up that way.
Right, right. So you're going over a little bit early, is that right?
Yes, we get to go over about, well, it takes 2 days to get there because of the whole time loss, but Yeah, we're going over Saturday. We'll get there Monday, and then I'll have Monday until weigh-ins is Saturday their time. So we'll have a good 5 days to kind of get acclimated and comfortable and get some more training in when we get down there. And just, gosh, weigh in, fight, and then we have 2 extra days to hopefully enjoy ourselves and see a little bit of Adelaide and relax a little bit as
Right on, right on.
parents.
Who's going over with you?
Just me and Eddie are traveling over. The daughter, Eleanor, here in the background maybe, will be with Grandma.
Oh, okay, nice, nice.
Should we turn that radio on? It's not too late now, huh?
Yeah, it's a little late now.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about it.
Tunes are
So, long career. You know, someone says you're not necessarily the pioneer of the sport, but you're one of the grand aunties.
I would say I'm pretty pioneer. I mean, there's a handful of girls that, you know, were known before me, but I'd say I'm the grand auntie, whatever you want to call it.
Well, sure. Yeah, I think you're definitely
old lady of the sport. Yeah.
You're definitely a pioneer up here in the Northwest. Talk about the evolution of women's mixed martial arts here in the Northwest.
Gosh, here in the Northwest, poor Ellie, she got hurt. Just the evolution has just been remarkable. The girls, the evolution of the sport has been quite remarkable, and just watching these girls and even coaching and training these girls has been so much fun. And the girls, I mean, just everybody. I mean, even the whole game of men and women, the whole game of MMA has just really evolved, and it's something quite special. And these kids are talented coming up. I mean, it's just insane. It's awesome.
Yeah, like you said, Paige Van Zandt, some of these younger people coming up with the whole package together.
Yeah, I mean, they put it all together, not just one specific thing. You know, it's mixed martial arts is a sport now. MMA is something you train for. You know, of course, you go to your wrestling practices, your jiu-jitsu practices, but you also go to your MMA classes to put your striking with your takedowns, and then follow it up with, you know, submissions along with ground and pound, maybe putting it together. So it's a unique thing.
Right on. Now, long career again. How has your body held up?
My poor body.
Yeah.
It's getting there. I mean, I had surgery actually on that show, on the Ultimate Fighter, for my meniscus, and knees are something I think that go out a lot on people, and it's a lot of twisting and grinding, and, you know, with wrestling, a lot of pounding. I've been wrestling since I was 12 and did 1 year in college for it, so it's a lot of wear and tear, your back, your neck, everything. And if you're not taking the proper care with your chiropractic massage, foam rolling, stretching, you know, it shortens your career time. But so long as you can keep those things going, you can kind of keep going. But definitely I feel it. Definitely I feel it after having a child. So I'm just, yeah, we want to have more kids, but I'm not trying to do that again, have a kid and then come back. So I'm going to finish my career, retire happily, more kids.
Do you have a timeline? You're 11 years into your pro career. Do you have a timeline? But you're pretty young still. You're only, what, 32? Is that
Yeah, I'll be 33 this
okay.
November.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm still young. I'm still a young gal. I mean, for the sport, getting older. But you know, age is nothing but a number. Again, if you take care of yourself properly, your longevity is kind of, you have more chance to have a longer career, I think. And you have been really into more of the nutrition the last probably 8 years, and the proper nutrition, the proper ways of cutting weight, proper ways of foam rolling and stretching, massage therapy, and, you know, I've had great people by my side helping me throughout that, and then learning. You know, Eddie and I, we learn from our physical therapists, and then we practice the massaging and stuff, and trigger release and all that jazz on each other. But it's just learning and understanding your body and not overtraining. You know, I think so many people overtrain, and that creates even more injuries. So we like to incorporate more swimming now and more stuff like that to our workouts, and I think that really pays dividends.
Right on,
Yeah,
right on.
help.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, obviously, big fight ahead of you. You have this banner, this great banner behind you. And you have a lot of sponsors on there. Who do you want to give a shout out to? Or?
Well, gosh, everybody. Palace Law has always stood by me. Revolver Graphics, you know, obviously made the banner for me. It's beautiful. I love it. We have Hawkesbury Automotive here in town. If you need any car stuff done, vehicle, tires, wheels, whatever, go there. They're great. They are beyond supportive. I have a new one, a car audio, drop-in HZ car audio. They're brand new to me, so we haven't fully built a relationship yet, but it's blossoming. Really nice people. I have another car audio place that's supporting me on the side right now, and hopefully we'll get them on our next banner. And of course, our gym and training center, and so you can check us out at utcmma.com, and just all of my training partners. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you heard it here. Lisa Ellis with Northwest Fight Scene. You are fighting May 10th. UFC Fight Night 64 in Australia against Beck Rawlings, and it's going to be on UFC Fight Pass.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.